Now I will show you how to create alerts. So alerts are basically used to notify the support team or any other person in particular if there is an exception or certain scenarios. So I'll create a new alert here. The alert I'm creating is for exceptions. So if there are any exceptions in the application, a particular set of team should be notified. So what I'm saying is if there are errors or exceptions in the last 6 hours, then I need to be notified. So greater than or equal to threshold is the number of exceptions. I will make it as 0 for now. So even if there is one exception, I should get the email. I click on done now, and then I create the action group. So I already had one action group, test action group. The other one is by default, but I will create a new action group for this demo. So I give the action group name and the display name here. And then I review and create it. So basically creating the action group. And within that action group, now I click on the action group name. And I click the notification type and I say that I have to send an email. I will give a name to this notification type called email testers or email support, for instance. And on the right, I enter the email address where the push should go, like when there is an exception, there will be an email auto-generated by Azure and it will be sent to this email ID. So this can be any support group in real-time scenario. And I save the action group now. So I will give this alert a name. I will call it exceptions alert. You can leave the description empty or you can enter some description if you want to. So alert is created now. And if you click on alert rules, you should see the alert rule you created recently. And now we will go to the application and create the exception so that we get an email. So what I will do is, so I will just give the connection string name wrong so that we get an exception again. So now there will be an exception thrown because we are unable to connect to the backend. And since there is this exception, we should get an email. So that is what we are trying to achieve. By the way, setting up this, I think costs 10 cents a month or something. So do check the costs involved with it. So this is the exception which happened at around 1:23 p.m. And now I will go to my Gmail inbox and we'll check for the email, whether it's received or not, which we have set through the alerts. So we get a couple of emails. So the owner of this text based deck, whatever the email was configured, will be notified that he or she has been added to the monitor action group. So remember how we created the action group and added an email address, so that person will be notified. So at around 1:26 p.m. We get an email. The exception happened at around 1:24 p.m. So in approximately 1 to 2 minutes we get this email which says about the exception. Now you can get to metrics. So metrics, you can select the namespace, what type of metric you want. For instance, I want to look at all the exceptions. So it will show you all the exceptions here. Same way, you can also look for all the failed requests. So you can dwell into each one of them and investigate the issues. And then there are other monitoring techniques like diagnostic settings, logs, and workbooks. So you can configure them too and monitor the application. And you can also look at users, like who all users are logged in. You can look at the sessions, you can look at the events, you can look at the retention rate. Like for instance, if it is a shopping cart, you can see that how long the users are on your page and when they are actually out of it. So you can look at the retention rate, you can put the funnels, you can look at the user flows. So there are quite a few number of things, obviously you can do it. The idea of this video was to get you started, like integrating your .NET project with the application insights and getting the basics of it and getting used to it. So if you found the video informative, please like it and share it among your friends. If you have any queries, do drop me a comment and I will shortly try to respond to that. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for my other videos. Bye bye. Take care.